open banking is a topic for experts, for people in the industry, but end consumers are not interested in what open banking is. They are interested in the use cases. So what can I do? And what are the benefits? And if I have to open up my data for that, let's do it, right? So I think the story is quite
I'll
important
go
and
to
the
Pedro
benefit
first and then.
for them to understand. However, I mean, I live in Switzerland, in Zurich, and we just recently in Mastercard we did a survey just for this country, and just quite interesting to highlight because it's a quite conservative market, and consumers are super loyal to their banks, and they are not willing to change the bank just because a few francs of cheaper or for a free account. So they're really sticking with their brands and the trust that they have. And what we have discovered is that in normal times, consumers are willing to change the bank with around 3% of the customers are willing to change their bank because of some benefits like price or other things. But when they get better services like enabled through open banking, they're even willing to change the bank with like customers up to 20% would be willing to change the bank. So just to highlight one number, that there is benefit and value for customers as well that they see enabled through open banking. Now, looking from the bank's perspective, and Pedro has mentioned some of the different applications and use cases that can create value in terms of new revenue streams and new distribution channels for banks, is banking as a service. I think that's and embedded finance, which is highly linked to open finance, to have atomic capabilities, banking capabilities, like applying for a loan or a credit scoring, open a bank account. These are all services that can be exposed as embedded finance applications to tech companies, to telco companies, to insurance companies, to allow them to build their own journey, and where banks play a role in that journey and generate new revenue streams. Another one that we see is typically, and it's quite a big trend, with buy now, pay later. Credit scoring is a super important capability in that context. And open banking also helps to have more reach and more, let's say, completing data in order to enrich the risk models and get better results of the current financial situation of the customer, and not historical but current situation. So it's quite useful. And we see also the trend of the typical PFM marketplaces, comparison sites, quite interesting one as well for end consumers is, and also for banks, to play a role on comparison sites, because open banking regulations in many countries are being implemented because of to increase competition and to allow customers to compare products and prices and switch accounts. So product switch, account switch, these type of use cases are all integral part of open finance as well, to compare, to switch quickly loans and mortgages, to reduce costs for the economy. So that's an interesting one as well. And just the last one I wanted to mention is, and I highlighted that at the beginning, is new type of payment mechanisms or payment flows. For example, in the UK, Tesco Bank is, for example, offering to their customers pay by bank to pay for their credit card bill, for example. So once they get their credit card bill, customers can use open banking rails to make a payment, account-to-account payment. And there are plenty of other examples as well. Then we see CMA in the UK regulating also variable recurrent payments to allow subscription suppliers, providers like video streaming services and others to make payments on customers' bank account without strong customer authentication. Kind of recurrent payments. It's an interesting one. Another one is sweeping that we're seeing right now, to allow new type of third-party providers to advise customers and automatically buy and sell stocks, ETFs, and different investment products on behalf of the customers. But also in order to fund that transactions, you need to sweep money around different accounts and save costs. I think there is a lot of benefits that we see, but there is no big killer application as such, other than maybe the super app if someone gets that one, and there's, for example, I mean, plenty of space for multiple applications, but I see the power of open finance and open banking more in that having a set of applications and services and playing an integral part, an important part in the journey of a customer in different areas, different marketplaces. That's what we see right now happening behind the curtains.
Very